Hey there, Brewberries. What's up, and welcome to another episode of Brew and Build. But this actually isn't the intro. This is actually something I'm adding on at the beginning because I had a fun idea that I thought you guys would enjoy. So, Emma and I are pregnant, and I thought it would be fun for you guys to, at the very beginning of this episode, when everyone's watching it, leave your comments below. What do you think the gender is? And then next episode, we can take those guesses and apply them to a build and reveal the gender of our child. So, leave comments as to what your expectations are, what you think, what type of gender we're gonna have for our baby, and yeah, we'll reveal it next episode right at the beginning, and I'll do a little bit of build dedicated to it. It'll be a little monument type of thing as well, well, not monument, but it'll be in our world to mark this occasion on the channel. And I think it will be fun. All right, that's all. Let's get into the episode. Hey there, Brewberries. What's up, and welcome to another episode of Brew and Build. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having a wonderful day. So, some things have been done. If you didn't see last episode, what are you doing? Why aren't you going and watching the last episode? Don't do me dirty like that. So, the last few episodes have been a lot. I'm very used to playing Hightail, and I just tried to, climb this. I wish Minecraft did that. That actually, that was a sad experience. But, last episode, we built that and did a lot of this terraforming here of getting this mountainside done. I have done some additional work, and I'm going to show it to you now. So, this needed to be expanded a bit. I expanded this, and the bridge is now two more wide? I don't remember. It's been a while since I did this. But I did expand this out, so the path can actually be a decent width for wagons and stuff. Added this nice little rock, and all of this is looking good. I'm very pleased with it. It's very simple. There wasn't really that much that had to change, but overall, I think it's really good. Additionally, I made a little tower and did some landscaping and terraforming here. So this originally was down at this level, roughly, and then it really went up quickly to get to that level where the tower is at. I didn't like that. Also, we're in the new update, the newest update, I should say, 1.21.11, I think. And we may look at some of that stuff today. I don't really know. But I brought this land up so that it's a little bit of a hill to go down. And then we have this little area we can turn into something. I don't know exactly what. But what I'm thinking is we'll clear out some of this so that the road can be a little wider. And as it arcs around the Honeybrew Meadery Distillery, it can be wide and go that way. And then come down here and split off this direction and then this direction. And now this hill is still steep, but it goes up and has 3 blocks. So we can have a slab, a block, 2 blocks, and then a slab to be able to be a more smooth experience is what I wanted. I think a house is going to go here. And really early on here in the episode, give me ideas for this house. What do you want me to put here? Because I don't know. I was initially going to just put another house like that, but if you think something specific should go here, let me know. I would love to incorporate some of your guys' ideas. Now then, I am really so far having a great time building this up. And I've done a good amount here where using the new shelves looks phenomenal. I absolutely love the shelves, and I've been using it to do some other stuff. So copper here, really looking good. And using them as end caps for logs instead of buttons, using them as little extensions instead of slabs. They're a fabulous block. Absolutely fabulous block. So this is a good look at what this tower is looking like here. It's very simple. The idea of it, at least for me, is it's just kind of like a little watchtower. Not really anything crazy, but something that they can view out and see the lake, see if there's any problems going on. But then also can kind of be a little protection for going into the main city area from this point. I don't know. I just felt like something should go here, but I wasn't totally sure what. And I have been doing quite a bit of work on the ravine section. So this is really kind of been obnoxious. So I'm not going to walk around it because it's pretty obnoxious to deal with. But this is what the ravine's going to be. It's like not that big. It's not meant to be that big. But this is going to be all kind of like waterfally creek going into this area. And then I've got kind of like an interesting little, well, there's a hole there. That's not supposed to be there. But a little interesting thing here where the waterfall actually goes through and falls into this like cave here. And you can see underneath here, this is, I did some lighting up, but this obviously needs to be walled off a bit. But the water comes down here and then will run out. And it's not going to cascade totally down right here. It'll be actually kind of coming through here, which I don't know if that's interesting or not. We may not like it, or it may do both. We may have it coming down this way and then it's actually poking out those holes. I don't know. I just had this idea. We can always wall it off. It's not that big of a deal. But then, yeah, this is what the ravine's looking like. This is why I said like it needs some refinement because it's kind of got this like weird stuff going on. And so I need to still massage it a little bit. But it's been good. I've definitely like I've built up this whole mountainside section. And now we're kind of to the point where we're beginning the platform here. We'll start roughly about here. And we'll start building up this area here. And it's going to be good. I think we're in this was definitely the hardest part to build because it's just a lot of random block placing and also the ghast can't fly around very easily. This episode, what are we doing? Well, I think I want to work on this lower section here and then maybe get the road up to where this section of cliff will begin. And then possibly, you're too slow, Mr. Ghast. I'm sorry. I need to look for a mod that makes you faster because you're just obnoxious and I don't like it. I'm thinking I actually also want to work on the plateau here because the plateau is flat. It's pretty flat here. And so we could do kind of some of the terraforming markers here to mark it out where exactly everything's going to go on the backside here. And then we'll just gather a lot of dirt. Just a whole lot of dirt and place it over here and actually make this like fully a plateau. That'll make it a lot more dangerous down below. And I frankly, it's so much space. I don't really know if it's worth torching. But maybe I'll torch it later on and do like a little bit of dungeon delving and try to figure out if I can survive. Could be fun. I totally whiffed that, but you know, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do today. Mainly is that. Additionally, some things that we could do as like little time passers is I was thinking maybe we work on the trees here. I don't think these trees are already built. I think I'm just going to build them up with the leaves and stuff. This tree too. I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep them. Like they're there. They're fine. I can improve as a builder as I go and make them more interesting and change them up and all that. But they're the kind of the last thing in this area that needs to be built up outside of the path, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing today. Maybe we'll do some other fun little, like maybe a boat or two in the lake or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's going to be good. So if you're looking forward to that, then enjoy. I don't know if I'll do a talkie time lapse or if it's just going to be quick 10 seconds of mountain building and then suddenly we've made a crap ton of progress, but we'll see. I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, I'll see you on the other side of whatever in the world's about to happen. All right, we've been doing a lot of work. I thought I'd throw shaders on just to take a look-see at our progress. I actually want to grab some spruce, maybe dark oak. I've got an idea for a build that I thought I would do. But it's kind of a last minute idea, so I don't really know what all I want. The copper torch is fine. Ooh, a little bit of that is good. A little oak. We got plenty of dark oak. I don't want to use birch. I'll grab it just in case we need some throwaway logs or something. little oak. Yeah, I think that'll be good. If I need it, I can always come back and get some more. But this is what we've been doing. As you saw, we now have this entire bottom side of the cliff. And I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I know, honestly, I think it looks pretty real. Like in terms of real as in like, you know, it's Minecraft. Feels fairly real. These shaders feel off. Something feels off about these shaders. I don't know. Minecraft just needs to come out with the whatever the new lighting system in vanilla, and I would just use that. But oh well, I don't know. But yeah, looky. It feels good. There's some oddities going on, definitely some oddities, but overall, I really think that it's pretty effective. There's definitely like some spots that I need to like add a little bit of refinement, is what we'll call it. But I think it's pretty good. I'm very pleased with it. It's proving to be much easier to build than just like that whole section here. That's just a lot of very difficult to reach, time intensive type of block placing. And this was way easier. This was layer by layer, just kind of print it. And that's good because I was kind of tired of working over there. But the idea, what I wanted to do, well, I guess we can kind of get a little up higher up just to view. The idea that I had was this kind of forms a little bit of some like ease of access. Come here, Mr. Gasty. We're going to fly you all the way over. Okay, as we approach here, I have this laid out so that it's kind of like some platforms. And I was thinking maybe we do like the roadway comes here and maybe we have a little bit of a pathway that goes to here and either a ladder system or something that allows you to get up onto this little platform here. I purposely left it fairly flat because I was thinking, oh, there's a hole there I missed. I was thinking of making a sort of means of getting up onto this ledge here, which this is going to be where the main walkway is. I was thinking of making it so it's like there's like a little bit of a stop here, a little campsite or something, and then you can scale the cliff, get up here to another campsite type of situation, and then you're here to where the pathway is. Well, there's a little bit, this goes up a bit more, but you'll be able to get up to roughly where the pathway is, which I believe is this level, maybe a little higher than this, but mostly this level. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And you can see I have started the pathway on this side, so you can kind of get a grasp of what it's like. So we're going to have this, and then it runs to right about there, as we've covered before. I just haven't totally gotten there. I'm going to have to rocket, aren't I? But slowly but surely creating the pathway to be walking on. And then this is all cliff that continues up. So we'll have another probably few parts of not this episode, but, or maybe this episode, I don't know, but probably not this episode, but some more parts of this whole cliffside getting built up. As I continue, I've been planning out the upper build and it's looking good. It is looking good. But I would like to make this into a bit of a campsite here. And I was kind of trying to figure out where. I think doing the ladder system here is going to be good. Sure, right there. I think the ladder being here is going to be good. We can make it kind of like multi-platform and make it so there's like some supporting stuff and you kind of have to climb up, maybe move over, and then you go up further. I think that'll be good. Let's see what we can do here. Alrighty, I have done a decent amount of work. Emma actually got home right as I was kind of in the midst of building this, so I just went ahead and did it. So, as you probably saw for a decent amount of this, this just basic idea is that this is just like another way for people to get up. Eventually, we'll get a roadway that kind of comes up, or probably more so just like a path, not really a road. Because the main road, if we go on the fly cam, main road's gonna go this way, and then whatever happens here, it's probably going to end up going this way, and then also maybe this way to like maybe a dock area or something. I don't know exactly what yet. Haven't planned that out yet, but this is like an idea for you're on this road or you're out here and you need to get up on top of the mountain, or you intend to, and you need a faster, more adventurous way to do it. So in the game Dragon's Dogma 2, there's a lot of these type of places around here, around like mountains and stuff, where you can take the main pathway. It's longer, it's safer, or you can do a more treacherous path that is generally like scaling the cliffs, and there's usually enemies and things, and so it's not as well lit. So that's why we're using copper. I believe these are not as bright. I don't totally remember. I don't really know all the differences between like the copper lanterns and the regular lanterns and all that, but I think these are dimmer. But yeah, it's just mainly like this is supposed to be like a zombie protection type place where you've got this, so they can't really path inside of this place. They might be able to, I guess, hop over here, but I think they're blocked. And then intention is to put a bed like in the ground or something, or like, I don't know, you might just do a sleeping bag or something, but the idea is like a means of being able to be protected from the elements and protected from monsters, at least relatively, and you're able to stay warm if it's a cold night or something. But then you've got the first set of ladders to get up here. You have to kind of clamber your way. Just a little bit of like, I don't know, an altar or something. I was gonna put something else here, but I figured just like a little light could be good. It also could function as a small little bench or something like that. That's one thing I wish Minecraft had more of. I wish they had more like micro blocks to be able to do benches and seats and stuff. That would be super nice. This is just secondary landing. The thought is, because Minecraft, you have to think like everything's bigger than it actually is in the game, or reverse that. Like everything in the game, imagine it's like 2 to 4 times larger than it actually. Excuse me, sir, get out of here. You just have to think of it like this mountain's actually probably like reality of it would be 2 or 3 times taller than it actually is, or maybe even more, 4 times taller. I don't know. But because we have limited blocks, this is a secondary camp where it's like, imagine scaling from down there to up here is actually a decent amount of effort. And so then this is like a little landing for another smaller area to rest, a little campfire or something like that. Not so much a sleeping resting area, but more so like a break. It is basically what I'm thinking. And so you come up here, have a little bit of a break, and then you can come down and get on up here. This was just kind of like naturally a little crevice that I ended up just shoving a ladder into. I think it works fine. And then we're here on the path. So I haven't continued the path this way. It will go up here and start wrapping and go underneath this. This is when the cliffs really start taking shape and start overhanging a lot. I think this goes over. The path actually might go up and over this. I don't totally remember. Yeah, it actually might go up to this level now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, we've got a little dip down here. I might fill this with water because I think that could be kind of fun. Continuing, this has, if you didn't see, there's, yeah, this kind of like a diorite type of vein, and it will continue on up. I tried to add a little bit of that type of stuff around, but this is what the pathway's like. So it's relatively plain right now. I'll go back through eventually and add like path blocks to make it a little bit more than just packed mud, but I think the packed mud works fairly effectively. Cliffs are going to be right alongside here. This is quite the drop off. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like fence posts and stuff on the edge here so that you're really like, this isn't really a pathway for carriages necessarily. It's not necessarily going to be the like safe way in terms of that. It's going to be more so the gradual way to get up. And then in the town itself, I'm thinking we'll do like switchbacks that have a wider road, but are maybe a little more difficult to traverse. And then, yeah, we're down to here, and I'm still figuring out how this is all going to be mainly this area. So this is all like where all this dirt and stuff is. Initially, I had like these like dirt spires, but I don't really love the way that it looks. So I think I honestly might just do what I was originally, not originally, but what I've done over here, where it's a lot smaller. It kind of just defines the edge a little bit, like that size of boulders and stuff. But I think it would be good, since a good amount of this is kind of closed off on the other side, this side. I think it might be good that you have some openness here to be able to then see up to the mountains, because that will affect then the view from kind of this direction. You'd be able to still see up and then see these mountains. I think that would be good. And you'd get a good view of the waterfall and stuff. And you know, I know it's like a small little build, not really much of anything, can't hardly even honestly really see it, but I do like adding these types of things. Like, this feels realistic. Like, this is some way to scale the cliff safely, but it's a bit more treacherous than going into town and going up the pathway. To me, that seems logical. Like, it makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I think it makes sense, and I like it. I think it's good. It's kind of plain. The ladders kind of stick out, and so I might figure out a way. I mean, also one thing to also note: there's gonna be what did I just do? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. There's also gonna be, you know, trees and things, and I want to do like pine trees and stuff around. Oh my gosh, a trader. So there's definitely going to be a lot more foliage, a lot more covering up of this. Excuse me, sir. What do you have? Firefly bush. Not really anything. So there's definitely going to be a lot more to this than just like cliffside with nothing. We're going to put trees. We're going to cover some things up. So we could do a really tall pine tree or something that would then expand upon that. But I think it's looking good thus far. We'll figure out the pine trees once I actually like figure out how to build them. Now there's two more things that I want to do in today's episode. Now that we've got this big chunk done, what I would like to do is I'll continue working in this area. This is just a pain and a half to like do. It's really kind of insane looking. So I'll continue this kind of on my own time and stuff and bring it back in if I do end up doing it. But I want to do this mountain. Having done this whole section here, I really don't think this is going to be difficult. It's pretty much just sheer cliffs. There's not really a whole bunch of stuff to it. So I really think that it's going to go by pretty quickly, and I think I can get it done in the episode. And then additionally, there's also what I'd like to do is grab a bunch of dirt and just begin placing the platform that everything sits on. And that is going to be a very boring thing. So I figure I'll just do it in a time lapse right at the end or something. It's going to be really boring because the build has to sit on flat land. So it's got to be really, really flat on top. But that's okay because the build takes up pretty much the majority of the landscape up here. So it doesn't really matter that it's flat. But that is the plan. Let's get back into the building of the Montagna and we'll get this peak made. All right, Brewberries, obviously this mountain's not done. So this has actually been a handful of weeks later. Work has been very insane as of, well, in the past kind of like week. It's been pretty insane. But additionally, I think we need to, I'm going to get into it later on. I'm going to make a video that's like right after this. It's like kind of like a separate small update video as to how I think I'm going to approach Minecraft videos going forward. But for right now, this is as far as we're going to go for this episode. So I did do a bit more work in between last clip and now. So last clip, we had finished off most of this wall here. And I have since made all of the additional this land here. If you hear my dog, he's on his back in the living room playing around with his tail, I think. But since last clip, I have since made these walls done here on this side, and also made this completed as well. So this whole section here is now fully complete, all the way down into this little ravine area, which will be filled with a good amount of water, and then started to do this mountainside. What I failed to realize is it's not just this section. There's actually been quite a bit of terraforming to do on this other side. This section here, like this is all brand new. There's still some blocks even missing. It's a lot of having to actually like flesh out the idea. We're very close now to meeting up with this. This is kind of like the main line where it actually starts to become the actual just this shape that you're seeing. But it's there's a lot more block placing that has had to take place to get it to this point. I did start on this section too, just kind of figuring out, like, as I was doing this, I was like, well, I might as well do this section to start seeing what that's like, because a lot of these blocks need to be changing as well to either stone or what have you. It's also something I might just dump water on it and kind of like call it a day. I need to just really figure it out, and I haven't done that side of things on the planning side, like the actual like water flowing down. I just have kind of like the primary shape carved out, so I don't even know if like the water's going to cascade all the way down or not, or if it's going to start from like right here. I honestly, I don't really know. But yeah, so it's not as far as I was hoping to get, but with the way certain things have gone, I totally did not. I was trying to run and nothing happened. With the way things have kind of gone at work and stuff, I just need to call it a day here, and then we can pick up in the next episode on continuing some of this stuff, I think, because the format I'm going to go for new episodes, I think you guys are going to like. I don't think it's going to be poorly received, but it's definitely different. But I don't want to, I'll talk about that in another video that I'm actually going to record pretty soon after this. So yeah, so hopefully the goal is, with that change, the goal leading into that video, as I'll just leave you with this, the goal is to be able to do more content that's just a bit less refined, if that makes sense, like less edited content, because the editing and the side, ooh, this is a hole. No, it's not. No longer a hole. The editing and the batching of all of this stuff into one episode is where all of the hang up is. Like this, like I said, it didn't take very long. I mean, it took probably like 8 or 9 hours of block placing or something like that to do all of this. But that's a lot of time and effort to be putting into this when I could be putting out more content that's just covering less ground. I don't know. Hopefully it'll make more sense once I explain it. But yeah, so yeah, honestly, I think we've accomplished quite a bit in today's episode, regardless of not getting to where I wanted to. But I mean, we did make this entire cliffside. So I need to cut myself some slack. Like this is a lot of block placing to begin with. So it's a whole darn cliff. And a little build here. Not that this really wasn't much of anything, but yeah. So sorry for this episode to be out not that quickly, but it's just kind of the way things flowed. Hopefully with the new approach to how we're doing things, you can get more content that's amazing. It's going to be a little less edited. I might maybe take all of it and then edit it down into a separate video. I don't really know. But we'll see. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, leave a like in real life, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.